Hello everyone, this is Angie at StampingWithAmore, and today's box is a Mother's Day box, but you can use this for any occasion. It is a triangle box. I don't really know exactly what this is called. I've seen it before, but I've never figured out how to make it, and I really didn't research it. I actually came across one that was open, and so I just looked at it and figured out how to do it. And I don't know what size their box was, but this is the size that I came up with. So it is 5 by 1.5 tall. But when you open this, you have to untie this, and I've got my little Mother's Day already on there. But I just made a little label, and I thought that was so cute. I love this stamp set. So this just opens like that. It was really pretty easy to figure out, but yeah, it's so cute, and you can fit a bunch of stuff in here. So let's go ahead and let's just tie this back on because it's super cute when it's on. And this is really an easy one to do, and it's really a cute, it could be even a little favor box, but I thought it'd be perfect for Mother's Day. And I'm really loving this designer's series paper that we have, and I'll show you everything here in a minute. So that's my little Mother's Day tag there. And the stamp set that I'm using for this is the Dress to Impress. So I'm using the Happy Mother's Day and this one little flower right here for that. And you can use any sentiment on here. You can just, it comes with the little die that cuts out the flower, and it also has this tag. So the tag was perfect for this box. So that's what I'm using. And this is a bundle, and it's the All Dressed Up dies. It actually has 2 pages here of, because it has a little purse that I've yet to share. I'm going to do that soon, probably in my simple stamping, because it's one of those that are easy to put together. But we're using these 2 dies from there, and then the sentiment Happy Mother's Day and the little flower. So I just decided to pair it up with the Best Dress, which coordinates with this also. It is such a pretty set. There's all different kinds of patterns. I'm actually changing the pattern up on this, but look at how cute. It's got shoes, and I think I've showed it several times because I think I've shared it. This is the pattern I'm using this time. And look at these. Aren't they pretty? So you can make a ton of them out of this with this pattern paper. So for this, you're going to need a piece of, this is Highland Heather, and this piece is 9 by 8, and then to mat it you need 4 pieces that are 4 7/8 by 1 3/8, and then you're going to need 2 pieces that are 1 3/8 by 1 3/8, and I'm going to show you how I did that for this. We're going to have to cut these, and that is it. So let's go ahead and let's score this. And I'm going to use my new trimmer for this, although I need to clean it. But we are going to score this. And we are scoring it first. Let's see, where I have the 8-inch side here, we're going to score it at 1.5. And 6.5. And then you're going to turn it, and you're going to score it at 1.5, 3, 4.5, 6, and 7.5. Alright, so that is it. I'm going to keep this up here for a minute because I'm going to show you what I did with these little squares, because you need them to be triangles. So I'm just cutting this, placing one on the cutting line here, and then this side on the other cutting line. And I'm actually going to start this in the middle, because if you don't, you're going to have it your little points are going to crinkle. So I always start in the center and go out like that, so you don't have a problem with the ends here like crinkling up when you're trying to cut it. Because if you've done this before, you know what I'm talking about. I've done it before, and I finally figured out a way to do it and not crinkle up the ends. Alright, so now we have 4 pieces, and they're the triangle shaped. Alright, so let's go ahead, and we are going to, I'm going to actually, I hope you can see the score marks on there. I see they are pretty light, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sharpen them so you can see where I'm cutting and everything on this. Alright, so it looks like this. You could see that better now. So I'm going to grab my scissors, and I'm cutting off all 4 of these corners here. And then we're going to cut this one. And the other one. Okay, now I'm going to cut in here, and this is going to be one of our flaps. You can cut this shorter if you like it better shorter. I'm just going to leave them. So it looks like that. We're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. We're going to cut in here. And then we are going to cut in here. Alright, now you see that we have 2 squares, full squares right here in the middle. I'm going to need to bring my ruler up. I'm going to actually use a pencil, and I'm going to mark where I'm going to score, because I want you to see where I'm scoring. So I'm scoring from this top point here, where it's scored, to this middle one right here. So I'm just going to mark it so you can see. And then we're going to do the same on this side, from that point to the center point. Now you've seen me do this before if you follow me, because I've done boxes similar to this, and we're going to do the exact same thing on this side. So I'm going to go ahead and score that. And you're going to have to hand score it. It's easier to hand score than it is to try to put it in your trimmer. I've tried it, and this is easier for me. So we're going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to go ahead and mark it first. So you're going from this corner to that, and then from this one to that. Alright, so let's score it. That's why I like to cut it first, because then you don't make any mistakes on where to score it, because they are the same with each of these. Alright, now I've already sharpened all the score marks, but this is when you would sharpen them. Now I'm going to actually fold this a little bit to make it a little bit easier. I'm going to go ahead, and we're going to mat it after. You can mat it beforehand, but I'm going to just go ahead and mat it afterwards. It just is easier for me that way. So we're going to line this up here and do this other side. And then you're going to do this side and this one. Make sure they're square. And I know it's going to look a little strange, but we're going to do something here in just a second. We're going to actually put adhesive on here. And you really don't need adhesive, but I like to put adhesive on it. I don't know if you're supposed to adhere it, but I thought it worked better to adhere it. And you're just going to fold that over like that. Alright, so now your box is going to, you have to just make sure you have these sealed. You can just push it and there's your box right there. So what we're going to do here, we're going to go ahead and mat our pieces. So we'll have all our pieces here. And you're matting this one here, because these are the outside of the box. You don't want to mat the inside part. And then this side. And we're going to turn it over and we're going to do the same on this one. I love this little box. It's really cute. And it actually is pretty darn easy to do. Alright. And then this one. All right, and now we're going to do our sides here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use our larger hole punch, and we are going to punch a hole. And I'm just eyeballing it to center. And then I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to kind of line it up so I know where my other one needs to be. Alright, so we have our holes. And then I am going to go ahead and stamp our little flower here in Memento Black, because I'm going to use some blends to color it. And then we're going to color this and then run the tag, and because we're going to cut the tag out in the Highland Heather. And I guess I can stamp that too. Well, I'm going to stamp that one in Gorgeous Grape because the Gorgeous Grape showed up a lot better on here. Than the Highland Heather, because the Highland Heather was a little bit too light. And then we'll cut this out, and then we'll cut our flower out at the same time. But let's go ahead and color it with the blends. I'm going to just use the light and just color it in. I'm not doing anything fancy here. And then I'm just going to kind of outline it in the dark. Alright, and then I'm just going to use a little bit of our light mossy meadow for the leaves. So it's really quick and easy coloring. I can color all day. I really enjoy it. Alright, so let's set the box aside and bring up the Big Shot and cut out these pieces, and then we will be ready to put it together. This is actually a really nice bundle to have. It's got a lot of sentiments on it, a lot of little, I think that might be the wrong, yeah, I grabbed the die for the double flower. So this is the die for this one. There we go. That's much better. And we'll just run that through. Trying not to move it, and I went ahead and moved it. I need to use a little sticky on here. Okay, so we have our Happy Mother's Day and our little flower. And I'm just going to actually just use a little bit of wet glue on the end here to attach our little flower. And I'm going to punch a little hole in here. I'm going to grab some of my Whisper White baker's twine. And I'm going to have it ready so that I can put it on as I'm tying the ribbon, because I find this is much easier if I do it this way. I just need to leave it like that, and then I'm going to grab my ribbon, which is this tri-colored ribbon, and they say that it's purple violet. And I want enough. I love this ribbon, it's so pretty. And then I'm going to tie that closed, and then I'm going to grab my ribbon here, put it through here. I usually try to tie it and try to get it underneath, but I found this where it's been working better for me. So, and then I just tie my bow. And then we'll trim this end, and that is it. So there's our other Mother's Day treat box, or it's a little gift box, however you want. Here's the other one. Which one do you like better? I hope you all have a blessed one, and I'll catch you in the next one. I'll see you later, everyone. Bye.